to their former lives, the punishment followed them everywhere. The Mongols were experts at learning the beliefs of the people they conquered and then weaponizing those beliefs. If they knew your culture considered a certain day sacred, they might schedule executions on that day. If they knew your people feared dying without burial, they might burn bodies or scatter remains, so no proper rites could be performed. This wasn't about random desecration, it was targeted psychological warfare designed to fracture morale at its deepest level. For some, the punishment wasn't a dramatic execution, it was a lifetime of servitude. Skilled captives, blacksmiths, carpenters, armorers were sometimes spared specifically to work for the Mongols, but spared didn't mean free. You could be relocated hundreds of miles from your home, forced to produce weapons and armor for the same army that destroyed your city. Your family might be split up and sent to different units or camps, making reunion impossible. For the Mongols, a living, skilled captive was an investment. For the captive, it was a slow, unending punishment. When the Mongols punished captives, it wasn't always done in secret. Often, they wanted a crowd. The larger the audience, the greater the psychological shockwave. In some cases, punishments took place in open fields outside the captured city, forcing survivors to gather and watch. Entire families were made to witness executions, so that the image would burn into their memory for the rest of their lives. Mongol leaders understood that the fear of punishment was just as useful as the punishment itself. The more vivid the spectacle, the more likely that fear would spread ahead of them to the next target. One of the most infamous Mongol massacres happened in Nishapur, Persia, in 1221. After a Mongol commander was killed in battle, his widow, Temüjin, demanded revenge. The Mongols besieged the city, captured it, and carried out mass executions. Some sources claim hundreds of thousands, though historical estimates vary. Survivors weren't simply left alone. In several accounts, those spared were subjected to public humiliation, forced labor, or relocation. Skilled workers were separated from their families and sent deep into Mongol-controlled territory, never to return. The city itself was razed, punishment extended to the land as much as to the people. The weather as an ally. The Mongols were masters of the steppe environment. They understood how to use weather against their captives. In the cold season, prisoners might be deliberately underdressed, exposed to freezing winds for hours before any physical punishment began. In the heat, captives could be left tied in the sun with no water until exhaustion set in, making whatever came next far more unbearable. Forcing prisoners to endure nature's extremes was efficient. It weakened them without spending a single arrow, and it made survivors dread the simplest elements of daily life. Capture didn't mean